Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our new and next episode. Let me just make sure that we're both up there. There we go. Of the Art of Orgasmic Relationships. Anna and I are very happy to be back, and especially because Valentine's Day is around the corner. So let's get those orgasms happening. I'll let me. Do you want me to introduce myself and then you can carry on after me? Is that all
Yes,
right?
please do so.
My name is Tracy Kimberg. I'm a relationship expert, and I deal a lot with couples that are trying to get back on track in their relationship, have reached a gridlock, and can't seem to rebuild that connection and need a little bit of extra professional help. So that's where I step in and help them kind of find each other again, emotionally, physically, and also intellectually, and just rebuild that friendship. Anna?
Well, don't forget you're newly engaged, so please let's celebrate that.
Yay!
Tracy got engaged a couple
Yes,
of days ago.
I'm now officially engaged after
Yes.
so many years of being in a relationship for this a second time at finding happiness and love. And it's been great.
Mm.
I feel really excited about it. Thank you, Anna.
I think we have to share that with the world and give the ladies who think there is no love for them out there, to give the first-hand experience an example to see. It doesn't matter what age,
Exactly.
because we just talked about what age it doesn't
Age is
matter.
just a number, isn't it? Age is just a number.
Yes.
And I think it's a lot less complicated when you're older because you know what you want and you know what you deserve and you really know yourself very well. So it's a lot easier than when you're younger and you tend to allow yourself to be squished into boxes that you don't fit in.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm very excited.
Me too, for you.
Thank you. So introduce yourself, Anna.
Yes, so my name is Anna Thellmann. I live in China and I'm a sexual intimacy expert and UU coach, and I help women to accelerate their intimate life, their emotional and physical intimacy in their relationship.
Great.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, yes, as always. Um, today it's my turn to choose a subject, and I
Yeah.
decided to choose something appropriate for where we are in February, and chose the subject Valentine's Day: opportunity or curse. So, um, I have heard so many different approaches and opinions about Valentine's Day. But for me, Valentine's Day goes back years and years to when I was a little girl and at school and wanting to get a Valentine's something from somebody. And hoping that someone sends me a card, someone sends me a rose, and sitting there in the class and hoping I'm also going to get something. And I wonder if this is a healthy thing. Now that I'm older, I wonder if it's healthy for at that age to be exposed to either you are liked or wanted or not.
I would say no, because it's this expectation that you build up, isn't it? And then you get disappointed if
Exactly.
no one gives you anything, if you don't get a card or a gift or whatever. So I think
Exactly.
what we did at school is we did it in class for each other, so that there was a guarantee that you get at least one card from one of your classmates.
Oh,
And
that's very healthy. Yes.
that's
Well,
okay.
ours,
Yeah.
yeah, that at least then you know that everybody feels special. But for us at school, it was you could order a rose or a card, or send a card and pay £1 or whatever the rand. I'm from South Africa, so it was a rand or a pen or a couple of cents to get people to deliver to the class. So and all that money then went to a charity, or they would fundraise for something. So I felt so sorry for the kids that didn't get anything. The little nerdy kids or the girls that weren't popular. I always felt like, oh, this is so terrible. I just felt almost guilty for them that didn't receive things. So here we are now as women, mature women, and now I still love Valentine's Day because I love love. But I see it as something that is different now. It's not a confirmation of my value. I see it as an opportunity to do something extra special that doesn't necessarily have to cost lots of money. And it also forces me to just take a pause and think about how lucky I am and how much I love not only my partner but my kids, and just celebrating love in general. And how I also sometimes I'll confess and think about my past crushes and the people that really meant something to me throughout the years, and it's quite fun to go in my head down memory lane and think, yes, I've changed a lot since then, and I feel a lot less insecure. I feel quite confident in who I am as a woman, and I don't need Valentine's Day to confirm that for me anymore.
Yeah,
How
it's
about
different.
you?
It's different for me because to me, Valentine's Day, it never meant anything to me. It was like, oh yeah, there's this day. And I remember being very annoyed that the flowers were tripled the price just a week before Valentine's Day. You couldn't go into a restaurant without a reservation that day. So everything just seemed like annoyingly different. And because I never had a particular connection to Valentine's Day, because it never meant anything. I got flowers for my partners, but it wasn't like, ooh, now I get flowers. It was like, yeah, nice. So there was just no emotional connection for me. And with my current partner, we said Valentine's Day is just a day. So I don't want any presents. I don't want to give him presents. I don't even want to make the effort to think about now something special. Because for me, that's his birthday. That's his day where he was born, where the universe gifted him to me. And I want to celebrate that day big. And that's, for me, Valentine's Day is just like, yeah,
Really?
can happen. Yeah, and huh?
No, carry on.
Yeah, and here in China, it's not that big either. So it's quite nice to be in a country, in a culture where that day is just, it just goes by. We have Chinese New Year next week instead of celebrating Valentine's Day.
Okay. Yes, well, I think it does obviously depend on where you are in the world and the culture of where you are, definitely. But, I think if you are in a country where it is celebrated, I think it's very important to not allow yourself to get sucked up in the pressure of putting in that box of Valentine's Day. You can put yourself under so much pressure. People that are battling financially feel this pressure to have to buy presents and, like you say, expensive flowers that only last 3-4 days, and go for expensive meals out. But I think there's so many ways that you can actually make your partner feel special and make the day special without even spending any money.
Yeah, can I share a story?
Yes,
from
please.
one of my clients, and they agreed that there won't be any Valentine presents. So Valentine will just be a nice day, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, just a nice day. And the husband was on his way home, had to stop at the petrol station to get some petrol. And on his way to pay, he called his wife and said, "Do you need anything? I'm at the petrol station. Can I get you anything from here? Do we have everything at home for dinner?" She said, no, everything's fine. Just come home, got everything. He came home, and she then got so pissed because he didn't get her a little thing from the petrol station for Valentine's Day. Because in her mind, it was like, well, he's at the petrol station. He can now get me a gift, even though we haven't agreed. But now he has the chance
I know.
to get me that gift.
I think that so often happens. I mean, Mark, my partner, my
It's
fiance, he said when Valentine's Day was coming up, I said, "Yeah, let's not worry about Valentine's Day this year. Let's just maybe do something nice together. We don't have to buy presents and don't get me flowers and all that." So then he says, "So are you 100% sure on this? Are you 100% sure? You're not going to be annoyed if I don't get you anything?" And I said, "No, I won't be annoyed." He said, "Promise. You're not going to lie in bed still hoping that I'm going to take something out and say, 'Surprise, here's a Valentine's present.'" I said, "No, don't worry. The pressure's off. Don't do it." I think, like you said earlier, setting the expectation um, as an open card is very healthy as well in a relationship. You know, what are your expectations? Does your partner feel that he wants sex on Valentine's Day? And be open about it, and not have that um, pressure that you don't talk about. Does your partner want a present? Does your partner want a card? Do they want you to arrange something as a surprise? Or what are the expectations? Because a lot of the time, um, I see with the couples that I see, the expectation is there, and then the partner assumes that their partner should know. Well, they should know by now. We've been married for so many years,
yeah.
but it never works like that.
No.
And to say, right, this is what my dream Valentine's Day looks like. And in with John Gottman, he says that it's about coloring in that map for your partner, so that you can explain to your partner, well, as for Valentine's Day, this is what my map looks like. This is what I would like for Valentine's Day. This is my expectation. And are you willing to, meet that? And the same with the vice versa. Say, well, I actually hate Valentine's Day. Whatever. I don't want to celebrate it. It's not nothing for me. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist. And then fine, if you're both happy with that. But it's about leaning into each other, I think, and compromising so that both people's needs are met in that instance.
Yeah, and I want to just enforce that idea that tell them. It's important for you to tell them what you want. Because I remember, not Valentine's Day, but for my birthday, for example, I have the expectation my partner comes home earlier. I want to have a present that only I can use. It's only for me. It's not something for the kitchen or something that he uses as well. I said, no, one thing just for me, because my birthday, I want something
I
just
agree.
for me.
I agree.
Well, I made it very clear, and that is okay. It's not demanding or selfish, or doesn't mean that you're just like maybe a diva because you know what you want and you express that. It just means it gives your partner, first of all, a chance to be more clear in what it is they can give you, how they can make you happy in that way. And it also gives you the chance that you both can then discuss. When I say come home early, I mean don't even go to work. But for him, it means, yeah, I have meetings till 1. I come after that. But talk about it and find the middle way and be okay with what you're both willing to give.
Exactly. And I think it's also important to mention that, you don't have to only use these certain events like birthdays, Valentine's Day, anniversaries to actually make an effort.
Yeah.
There, there's a formula that I share with my clients, which is the 5 things that are important for you to be able to connect with your partner, and you should spend 5 hours a week on those 5 things, which isn't a lot really. And if you constantly do a little bit every day, then it can make a huge impact in you feeling connected to your partner, you feeling loved, you feeling that you are important to your partner. um, and do you want me to share them, Anna? I can quickly share
Yes,
them.
please. Yeah, yeah.
The
Do you
first
want
one
to?
is it's basically 5 rituals that you need to
I need to
focus.
write them down.
Yeah, get a pen, write them down. So the first one is your greeting ritual, and that is
Ooh.
how you actually say hello to each other. How do you greet each other? Is it that you just ignore each other when you come in the house? Do you actually kiss and hug and say, "How are you? How was your day? I missed you." What is the aura? What is the energy that you put into the greeting? The next one is the departure or the parting ritual, which is how do you say goodbye?
Mm,
Do
mm,
you just disappear? Are you saying how what's your plan for the day? Good luck for your important meeting. I'll call you at this and this time. What is the departing ritual that you have? The next one is the affection ritual,
mm,
which is what do you do every day to show your partner affection? And that is excluding the um, hello and goodbye rituals. Do you sit next to each other and hold hands watching TV? Are you cuddling in bed? Is he, supporting you or giving you cuddles in the kitchen while you're cooking, or vice versa? Are you guys showing that affection? And
mm,
it also is in your body language, in your tone of voice. It's so important to focus on those. The next one is your appreciation and admiration ritual, which is how do you show and tell your partner every single day that you absolutely admire them and that you appreciate them? How do you do it? Do you even do it? Does your partner know that you appreciate them for the little things that you sometimes forget to say thank you for?
mm,
And that you admire them, that you think they sexy, that you think they great at their job, that you think that they kind, that you remind them that you see those things, like in the beginning when you were dating, isn't it?
mm,
Where you couldn't say that enough. And then the last one is probably for me a very important one, and that's your date night ritual.
mm,
Do you put attention and effort into that? And if you divide all those rituals, those are the 5 rituals, into 5 hours, are you spending 5 hours a week on those rituals?
mm.
And
The thing
that
is, it sounds so long in that 5 hours, but if you really divide it into all these little tasks, um, it's not much.
it's not much. I mean, the experts say that you should consciously and mindfully have a 20-minute discussion with your partner every day.
Mm,
And you think, wow, 20 minutes, that's nothing. If you think the day's 24 hours long.
mm,
Yes, I know some of that we sleep, some of that we go to work, but sitting down with your partner at dinner, or, even if you actually lying in bed talking, or making that time where you really connect with your partner, um, for that 20 minutes of deep, intimate conversation, it's a very mindful thing. And this is not an opportunity to ask for things and say, I need you to do this, or remember to take out the bins, or something like that.
yeah.
That doesn't count. It's about connecting with your partner, saying, how are you doing? How are you coping? How's your stress levels? What can I do more of? What do you miss about? What do you want to, what annoys you that I do? What should I try and do less of? You know?
I
And
have
it,
to say though, if I get just quickly jump in here from my experience, when I do that every day with my partner, he gets crazy because he is, I don't know, maybe he's special, maybe he's just a guy, but talking to him in this at this level, and that's a deep level in my eyes, going deep into the emotion and into the wants and needs of a person, talking about him every day about these deep levels, he doesn't like it. He says no.
but do you really think you have to go deep every day? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you do. You know,
Mm,
you
yeah.
it's about reading the room, and when you do have a 20-minute conversation, whether you're just telling them about something that happened with your friend, or you know, a dress that you saw in the shop that you loved, or
Mm,
he's
yeah.
telling you about the fact that he had road rage today, something. And then you can read the room, or if you notice in that opportunity, because this is sitting someone down and having a deep conversation can be extremely intense,
Mm.
you know, and it immediately makes them withdraw, isn't it? So I think, Anna, I 100% agree with you that if you use these 20-minute pockets of talking and connecting to read the room and see,
Mm.
actually, over the past couple of days, I've been picking up something's not right with my partner. Then you can say, you seem a bit distracted lately. Is there something going on? You know, and connecting at that level. But I mean, can you imagine how stressful it would be if you had a partner that every day sat you down and asked you 20 questions on a deeper emotional stuff? No, it would be far too intense.
Even I wouldn't do that.
No,
Even
no,
I,
I'd hate that.
for
I'd
me, it
feel
would be
like,
too
yes, no, it's like a therapy session every day. No, thank you.
much. No, thank you.
No, it's too much. No, definitely. So, Anna, um, when it comes to any tips that you could give about daily rituals that you want to add, maybe to the 5 rituals that I share, um, is there anything that you can suggest, specifically focusing on intimacy?
Well, you covered a lot of emotional and also physical intimacy with your suggestions, which are brilliant, because it's the touching, it's the hugging, it's feeling physically close, it's feeling emotionally close. So, what else? Daily ritual. Nothing pops into my head spontaneously.
That will probably pop in
Because
when
you
we're
don't
done.
want to have this daily. Because the thing is, I remember a friend of mine, and she said to me, her and her partner, they have sex every day.
Wow.
And I thought, even after all these years, that's a lot. Every day they have sex. And I was wondering, is it good sex? Is it bad sex? Is it like satisfying sex? How does it look? How do you get there? Is it just like, okay, now we're in bed, now we do it? So I wouldn't say, I personally, and I don't recommend it, making sex like a ritual, unless it's really nicely agreed by both of you,
Mm,
and not in a manner that takes away the fun and excitement and enjoyment.
exactly.
Hmm.
So important. You know, and I think when you do make it too much of a ritual, the spontaneity and the excitement really depletes itself. And then, you know, it feels more like brushing your teeth, I'm sure. Um, you know, and you know, you don't want it to feel like that. You know, you want to still enjoy it and feel that you're connecting with your partner.
Hmm.
I think it is really special to create your own individual couple rituals anyway, whether it's your song, whether it's your favorite restaurant, whether it's a look that you give each other when someone does something silly in company, and you know, or kicking each other under the table. Your own little rituals, your own little hand squeezes, whatever it is, that really is so much of a part of creating that deep connection where you feel that my partner gets me in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just think of creating your own rituals, and even for something like Valentine's Day or anniversaries or birthdays, I think a lot of the rituals that we have as individuals that have been passed on by through family, like how you sing happy birthday, how you make a birthday cake, what do you do on birthdays, how do you do Christmas. But when you're a new couple and you come together and you each have your individual rituals, it's about allowing yourself to create your own rituals as a couple, and almost
Yes.
amalgamating the two things together and not be too stuck in your ways, which is also a way to, I think, create a connection. You know, make your own
Yes.
Valentine's Days rituals. You know,
Definitely, I
yeah.
agree. That's so nice to look forward to then for the next year. Dirk and I, we have that for Christmas, our little rituals, and it's just, yeah, amazing. Something very exciting to look forward to and to plan it out, and even down to what jumpers do we wear and stuff like that. It's, yeah, it's very bonding.
It is bonding, and yeah, it's nice to remind yourself in that moment when the ritual actually is happening in that moment that yeah, this is my person, and we get each other, and you don't care about what other people think in that moment. You know,
Yeah,
it makes you feel deeply connected with that person.
it does. Yeah, and that's important, the connection.
You know, Anna, before we close off, I just think it's important to also talk a bit about comparing your relationship to other people's when it comes to these types of things like Valentine's. I think it can be extremely toxic, you know.
Yes, and the grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it? It's like
Yes, you don't know what goes on
phenomenon.
behind closed doors, do you? I mean, I
Sorry?
see this in we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and a lot of people have a habit of portraying a side of their relationship that's not really the truth.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend that would, for instance, after Valentine's Day, always want to know, oh, what did you get? What did he do? What did yours do? Mine did this, mine did that. I got this, I got that. And it's just like, get real. This is not how it works. You do you, and let other people do them. And don't compare and try and live up to other people's relationships
Yeah.
in these expectations that we have, and you know, it's unnecessary, you know.
It is, but I think often people don't see it. They don't even know that they're in that mindset. And the question, if you notice it, is then what are you missing? What is it actually that you're missing and that you want? To become aware of what's going on in your mind. What do you want from your relation? What aren't you getting? Because I think that's a big indicator when you have this need to compare, something is missing.
That's so true. That's so true. And I think it's also hiding your own insecurities in that moment, you know, trying to portray something that, like you say, that's maybe not really the issue. Putting focus on something to avoid focus on something else, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Anna, even though you guys don't celebrate Valentine's Day as this side of the globe. I hope that you still have a lovely day, and that you feel really connected, and that you think of a ritual anyway that doesn't have to necessarily cost loads of money or something like that.
Well, we're going to be on holiday because it's Chinese New Year. So we're going to have a great day.
Great. I'd love to experience Chinese New Year in China. It must be absolutely amazing.
It is. It's literally like New Year's in Europe or in the Western world. It's all the fireworks and the celebration and the lights, and you have all these lights in the windows. So it's so beautiful.
Lovely. Well, I'll look forward to seeing some photos.
Okay, I will send you some.
I will. Have you got any last thoughts before we say goodbye?
Yeah, take Valentine's Day not too seriously. Enjoy the day, no matter if presents or no presents, or if you're single or if you're in a relationship. Love yourself. That comes first. That's always the priority.
Definitely. And yeah, from my side, I would just like to say, don't forget to spread it out evenly. And if you use the rituals and do a little bit every day, that's how you nurture that relationship and that connection. I look forward to seeing you again in a month, Anna, which will be
Yes,
your turn
me too.
to choose a
And the
very
audience.
exciting subject. Yes, everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share the video so that we can help somebody out there that needed to hear this message today.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.